Just when everyone thought that the controversies in golf had ended, the USGA and the R&A came in with a change that could set a big rift among tours and their players. This rule regarding the distance golf balls travel has brought up a lot of conversations. Players and golf enthusiasts alike have had a lot to say about this change, both negative and positive. In this video, we'll be letting you in on the thoughts of your favorite golfers concerning the USGA and R&A's new rules about the golf ball distances. The turn that the Model Local Rule (MLR) proposal has taken these few weeks has had a massive impact on the entire golf world. For one, no one saw it coming, so it's still hard for some to digest. Since its publication, all that the governing bodies have been getting is a bashing from all quarters. We're talking golf equipment manufacturers, fans, players, and even ex-players and icons of the game. But some golfers have recently taken a spin, and it's all love and admiration for the rule and its makers. What's up with that? The former world number 1 and 24-time winner of the PGA Tour, Rory McIlroy, is one of such golfers. To make his case even more shocking, in February 2021, McIlroy had blasted plans intended to curb driving distances. He even went as far as branding it as a waste of time and resources. But now, just 2 years later, the same Rory McIlroy has given enthusiastic support for proposals to roll back golf ball distances for elite players. Quite shocking, isn't it? He even went further to say that he might play a new shorter ball in PGA Tour events, even if the US circuit refuses to adopt the proposals. The two-time PGA Tour leading money winner has also stated that the major championships are his major deal. As a result, he implied that whether or not the PGA Tour implements the rule, he would most likely still play the Model Local Rule ball because it will give him the best chance and best preparation for the major championships. Still, after the career Grand Slam, Rory will be wanting to get an edge for the majors as much as possible. How's that for a change of ideology? Still on the topic of former world number 1s, Justin Thomas, who held the spot for over a month in 2018, has also had his say on the matter. Thomas, speaking on the impact of the new rule on his personal game, believes that the rollback would help him. But here's the twist. Justin Thomas is still against the rule change anyways. The two-time PGA Championship winner described the situation as disappointing but not surprising. He added that he believes the USGA has become fond of making selfish decisions that, on an overall level, are not in the interests of the game or the players, even though they claim it is. He particularly doesn't understand the essence of this new rule change. He also went on to caption the proposal as an attempt to create a solution for a problem that doesn't exist. Still, on that note, the USGA and R&A would have to explain to the world how elite players using different balls at golf's biggest events will be better for the game of golf. Given hitting it short isn't the most common playing style for most pros, it looks like only a handful of handicapped amateurs are determining the rules of golf for professionals. What happens to spreading out the rule for everyone, for both elite and recreational golf? Matt Fitzpatrick's point exactly. That's why he said he believes they can get on with it if they've made the decision to implement such a rule. All he asks for is for everyone to use the same style of ball, be it amateurs or professionals. But these aren't even all the opinions that have been aired by top players around the world of golf. Bryson DeChambeau has also spoken, and why not? He's one of golf's biggest hitters, after all. And he has worked diligently to increase his clubhead speed, along with other aspects of the golf swing, in order to achieve maximum distance. He's a big deal that the rule makers will have to deal with. It would be a great disadvantage to players like him, who've worked really hard to learn how to hit it farther. And it's not just us thinking that. DeChambeau himself said this in a statement mentioning how atrocious he thinks the MLR is. Bryson called it the most unimaginative, uninspiring, game-cutting thing you could do. Fair to say, he's not a fan. You can see the disdain in his words. Distance is a huge advert in golf now, especially for young kids who want to hit it miles. It's why they play the game. And what does it mean for long drive competitions in the future too? Will records no longer continue to be set? We're talking about a seemingly modest reduction in how far the ball travels. But to the game's biggest hitters, like DeChambeau, It's a neutralization of their greatest asset, at which point, there's nothing modest about it. There's speculations that some tours won't accept the MLR. However, the PGA Tour has taken a vague stance regarding probable rollback, as they have promised to continue their own extensive independent analysis of the proposal. The world's most prominent golf franchise has revealed that they will work with the governing bodies, their members, and industry partners to evaluate the proposal and give feedback. For now, the PGA Tour seems to be playing it safe. They're trying not to step on the toes of the rule makers, and at the same time, not cause an uproar amongst the tour's players who are in favor or against the rule. It's a full-fledged case of them sitting on the fence. If we're to put ourselves in their shoes, it won't be so hard to see some sense in it. In a scenario where the PGA Tour adopts the USGA proposal and LIV Golf doesn't, counting the defecting of so many relevant players to the new tour over the last year or so, is the PGA willing to risk another round of casualties? Definitely not. When it comes to the effect of adopting the new rule on tour rankings, we can't exactly say for now. But one thing is for sure, the rule will serve as a suitable excuse for players who have failed to perform to the previous standard. Most pros are known to try out different putters or new drivers if the old one is no longer serving. But the ball is the most important and, so far, the most consistent equipment component in the bag. A player sticks to a particular model of a certain brand and commits to it until there's a strong reason to make a switch. These balls come with specifications that align with the player's swing speed and game tactics. In a game like this, where every stroke matters, such compatibility can play a huge role in separating the winners and losers. In a bid to pin the proposal, the chief executive of the R&A, Martin Slumbers, has compared golf to other sports just to defend the need for the division. "We're not the first sport to do this," he said. "There are more other sports that have this sort of split model." While that is true, golf following the trend set by other sports is definitely not a yardstick for making such potentially game-changing rules. Moving on, it goes without saying that any rule designed around a piece of equipment would require manufacturers who make the equipment to buy into the rule. About a decade ago, equipment brands were asked to minimize and reduce the groove volume on irons, wedges, hybrids, and fairway woods to meet the model local rule G-2. They all willingly obeyed. But now, they've been put in a difficult position where they have to make two different balls, and sadly, one of them might turn out to be a zero revenue ball. Ultimately, golfers would have to pay more for the regular golf balls. It's bad enough that equipment manufacturers have put in a lot of time, money, and effort trying to create the best product possible. So what will the effect of this new rule have on them? Until now, only a few have released official statements on the MLR, with Titleist speaking up first after the announcement. Mr. David Mayer, president and CEO of Acushnet, Titleist's parent company, said that the new rule will give players the responsibility of adapting to new equipment. He clearly pointed out that some players will be more disadvantaged than others over the MLR. His stand is that the bifurcation of golf balls would bring about confusion around the tiers of golfing and even the officiating. He went on to state that the company believes that unification has been a powerfully positive force in the golf game, and equipment division would be destructive to golf's long-term well-being. For his bottom line, Mayer stated that the Titleist as a brand is willing to actively participate in conversations with the governing bodies, worldwide professional tours, PGA professional organizations, amateur associations and federations, and golfers in an effort to contribute to the continued enjoyment and growth of the game. And of course, Titleist isn't the only brand that's cagey about the golf ball outlook in the elite ranks. Bridgestone has also expressed concern about how the MLR ball could confuse recreational golfers and dampen the enthusiasm of millions of new participants in the game. The company released a statement that stated that the company is at least pleased that the changes put in place do not apply to recreational players. And there's more. Although mega golf equipment company Callaway has abstained from taking a stand on the matter, the brand stated in a brief statement that they were studying the information and proposals provided. It's no secret that Callaway has invested millions of dollars into its Chicopee ball plant over the years. Little wonder they're being indecisive about the development, claiming that they are still studying the proposal till now. Anyway, There are still about 2 years left before the proposal can turn into an official MLR. For now, all we can do is anticipate that the manufacturers and governing bodies will have extensive conversations as they attempt to shape the future of the golf ball at the elite level.